Hello and welcome back to another video with Average Guy's Garage. Well, we're at our 2001 Dodge Dakota, and now the problem that's developed is with the ignition on, there is no turn signals, and there's not even a relay sound. So either, I've looked in the forums, been researching it for a day or so, and the consensus is it could be one of a dozen things. It could be the module here, because the four-ways don't work. Now when I push the four-way, I can hear the relay, but on the turn signal I don't hear it. So in addition to the turn signals not working and the four-way not flashing, the brake lights don't work at all. Now the lights themselves, if I turn the lights on, those work, but I don't have any braking and I have no way of signaling the other drivers if I'm changing lanes or stopping. So it's just going to come down to testing everything, finding what I can find out. I'm going to check fuses, I'll check bulbs, and then as a last resort I'll check some relays underneath, but as a last result I'll check this switch module here. I've even heard some people on the forum say that they took a hammer and banged on the four-way flasher thing here, and that took care of it. Some people even sprayed WD-40 in there, which doesn't make any sense. But we'll get to it. The first thing I'm going to check here are these fuses on the driver's side fuse panel. There's a list here of the fuses. So I have, let's see here, lamps, horn, park wiper, engine relay, console, starter, power amp cluster, mirror, sig lighter. Turn signal 1 is a 10 amp in position 19. Alright, so number 19 is the last one on this row right here, farthest away from these two. Let's take it out so I can. Dropped it on the ground. It looks burned. I don't know if you can see that. It looks a little scorched right here, but the fuse looks intact. We'll put a multimeter on it, see what we find out. Put the multimeter on resistance, tone only. So that's working okay. That fuse, well, maybe not. Maybe I was touching the metal of the truck. So let's try it this way here. stops working. So on the side panel there's a couple of replacements that are available for use. So I'll grab that tin right here. This looks a little cleaner, but let's go ahead and test it also, just to make sure. Okay, so we'll put this replacement in, which has some little cleaner contacts than the other one. Alright, still nothing, so we'll move on. Next thing I'm going to look at is this fuse and relay box here. These fuses have little windows on top, so you can look inside, see if they're blown. Let's look at our diagram. Alright, so there's a 30 amp hazard and turn signal. So when you lay the diagram down, it is opposite, I believe. Let's see, how is it looking here? Alright, yeah, so all these relays here are these relays here. So this shows the front of the truck this way. So my 30 amp fuse right here is for hazards and turn signals. So we'll put the meter to this to make sure it's still good. Alright, that fuse is still good. Engine, EBL, ignition, HVAC, wiper, front wiper relay, starter, trans, O2 sensor, fog, spare. Alright, so those are the two main fuses. That cover back on. There was another issue back here that I had noticed before. That was, this was just hanging out. Just wanted to make sure that that had not rubbed through anywhere. In fact, I'll turn my lights on and see if that comes on. I got lights on the rear. That lights up. And that lights up, so that's not the issue. Alright, so the next thing, I'm going to take these covers off and make sure all the bulbs are good. I've already tested the left side. Now I'm going to try look at the right side here. That bulb looks a little dark. Well, we'll see. Pull it out and test it. Very dusty, at least. I'll go from the top of one side to the bottom of the other side. Well, it says it's good. Put it back in. So much dust. So I've put the lamp back in. There's 2 pins here that go into these 2 areas, and then the little bolts hold it back on. Alright, so we've checked the lamps on the back, the fuses inside, and the fuses in the cab. There's no tow package on this truck, so there were some forums talking about issues with the tow package. So I think our next step, we're going to have to check the 2 relays underneath, the combination switch and the relay, and then if that doesn't solve it, we'll take these covers off and see what's going on with this arm here. Alright, so I looked at this, I think they're calling it a combination switch down here. It's this guy right here, very hard to see, but it's like halfway between the brake pedal and the emergency brake. I touched it and it started making a bunch of relay noises. So I kind of tapped it and my flasher started working again. And then I tried to take that bolt off the middle, but it was giving me a hard time. But I decided, hey, let's just check one more time. And so I kind of wiggled it back and forth a little bit. And then checked my 4-ways, they're working. My turn signals are working again. And I checked my brake lights, they're working. So, seems apparent that it is that relay or multi-combination relay pack. So that's something I'm going to have to purchase to replace. Maybe go to the junkyard recycle place and get one out of another one and see. But I think that's going to solve the problem. I'll be able to drive safely on the road without you know, risk of getting pulled over. And until then, I know what to look at in case I have another problem. So that's it for this video, Average Guy's Garage. Thanks for being with me during these troubleshooting steps, and like and subscribe. I will make another video when I get the replacement part and put it in. Thanks for watching.